friends, welcome back everyone, welcome back to another day, another edition here of the Maestros of the game, group stage, round 16, group C. I'm of course your ZvT. With me I'm joined by the amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to our third day, I guess, technically third day of group stage. Now I do apologize, we were live for group A, but we did miss out yesterday on group B. It was a very intense day of StarCraft and we casted a lot, don't get me wrong. That was our third cast of the day, but unfortunately I was not able to sleep before. I was not able to sleep in between Masters of the Game and the OSC cast, so I was very fatigued, and technically I could have tried to cast, but I would have been very low energy and would have been out of it. I wouldn't have been satisfied. So in the end I did miss out on covering group B of the event. I will be casting it via replays in a couple of days. In a couple of days I'll be catching up via replays, so I actually don't know what the results are. I'm going to be avoiding to look at said results as well, at least until after we cast in a couple of days time. But at least we're here for group C, and we should be here for group D and the remainder of the event as well. Oh boy, as you can see, speaking of the groups, on my right, we have 4 players. We have Solar, Bunny, Clem, and Rogue. We have our 2 Zergs and 2 Terran players. Let's go, Bobby, let's go. So up first, we're going to have Solar versus Bunny, followed by Clem versus Rogue, as we switch things over and catch up on our 2 players here. I believe we're just waiting for the cams to get up and running. I think we're waiting for things to fix up a little bit here, and even then, hold on, I have to switch our players a little bit because I believe I have them in the wrong color. Un momento, papi, un momento. Oh no, un momento. As I flip our players over. Beautiful. As we have our colors set. Okay, Bunny's gonna be red, Solar's gonna be blue, and we are diving into our first game of the series. Game 1 is gonna be on Tuck. Oh, let's go. We have our cams working. We have our 2 lovely, amazing players. Both players are anxious to get things going just because it's very late in South Korea. It's 3 a.m. here, 3 a.m. in the morning. That's also why, again, I was so fatigued yesterday that I just couldn't cast. I was unable to sleep beforehand because of the cast previously. It is 2 a.m. in South Korea. So 3 a.m. here, 2 a.m. in South Korea. Very, very late, and this goes deep and later into the night. I think it ends at around like 8 a.m. Let's go. Let's go, Bobby, let's go. As we're jumping into game number 1, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Falcons as well as our teammates. It is a Bunny. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Whew, best of luck. And again, unfortunately, we weren't able to cast yesterday, but I believe Steadfast should have been live at the time. I know that we were both covering Group A, I believe, so I hope he was there for Group B at least. But we're here for Group C onwards. Should be smooth sailings from here on forward to cast every single day of Maestros. Rough time here in Australia, but well, it's fine. we'll make it happen, baby. We'll make it happen. It was just an intense couple of days with StarCraft Evolution League, of course, with OSC, the mid-season playoffs final day where we crowned our champion, and now of course with Maestros of the Game. Very quickly as well, if you're unfamiliar, this event is leading into a big offline event happening in France. A big shout out to those working behind the scenes at Comeback TV, at Funk, TKL, and Coca as well. Much love, as they have received so much support from the scene, from the community, from the French community specifically, to help fund the event, to run the event, and make sure that there is going to be an offline portion as well. So really cool, really exciting. Again, exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Bearing in mind spoilers, of course, when it comes to that bracket, when it comes to the groups, and what has already transpired so far. I do recommend the VODs if you missed out on some previous rounds. Of course, we covered the preliminary stage alongside Group A so far. So far, though, coming into our first series, we have a standard opener. Standard opener, gate expand, sorry, racks expand out of Bunny. Meanwhile, across the map, Solo going hatch, gas, pool. Everything looking normal so far, everything looking standard. Getting into link speed, getting to a 3 base setup is what we're expecting. And I'm curious to see how Bunny fares in this matchup. We've been casting a lot of Bunny as of late, a lot of TVT and a lot of TVP from the side of Bunny. I haven't actually casted a lot of Bunny versus Zerg. I think the last time we casted him was maybe a month ago, and if you recall what happened, Bunny versus Cham did go Cham's way. Cham did beat Bunny in the OSC midseason playoffs in that upper bracket. So I lean towards Solar here. I mean, I'm a big Bunny fan, of course, and I do hope that he does well. But again, the pressure is on. The pressure is on. He has to bring his A game here against Solar. I'm curious to see if Bunny has been embracing mech. I know that mech has been very prevalent throughout a lot of matchups in recent months. And depending on the player, some players embrace it, other players less so. So far, we are going for a 1-1-1 aggressive build at a Bunny. Okay, very aggressive. For those that are curious, typically we do open up with a third TC before starport. That is a standard economic opener. Here with a delayed third TC, we can be hyper aggressive. We're going to go into a faster add-on swap, into faster Banshee production. We can go for an armory behind this and go Banshee with Hellbats, with a Hellbat push. Speaking of Hellbats, ooh, no add-on swap, Medivacs with Marauders, and this screams Hellbat push with Marauders support. So let's see if we do invest into that armory. Interesting that we're going for a Viking, not a Medivac. Very interesting, as a Viking will be hunting the Overlords, will be denying vision, denying scouting, can also land to add some DPS. And that means we might just not go for the Medivac. We might just not go for the armory, and just period. Regardless, hyper aggression at a Bunny. Hyper aggression, there it is. There's the armory for the Hellbats, as we did mention previously. As I did mention, Medivac is now on the way to support, as Viking is here to zone away, to deny the vision, to deny the scout. Here we go. As the overload goes down. From here, Solar, he's droning. He has no safety tech, so no safety Baneliness or Roachhorn. We're at 430. At this point, we should be throwing down something here. We'll see if we go Baneliness first or Lair first. We've reached that timing. Evo Chamber for a double Evo. Oh, greed. That's a lot of greed out of Solar. Bunny, he could even pull the boys with this. He could pull the boys just to repair, just to commit. This can get damage done. The queens are here. How many? 7 queens are in position. Marauders, they dive in. They're diving for the queens. Oh, Lings, they're trying to go for the Marauders. Hellbats morph in. Lings are getting roasted. Queens are going down. And Bunny may just break through here and now. Gets 1, gets 2 queens. Takes on 2 queens. Not struggling. Nice control. Doesn't lose anything. Medivac putting in a lot of work. And with that, Bunny's done it. Bunny, he has done it. He has broken through. He has broken the back of Solar. Solar, he's losing every single queen. Queens are going down, and more reinforcements have arrived, and Solar, he's caught with his pants down. Again, what did he do? At 430, he threw down a double Evo Chamber. Double Evo Chamber instead of a Baneling Nest or a Roachhorn or any safety tech structure. GG gets called. Too much greed out of Solar, and Bunny takes game number 1. Ooh, GG. GG, well played. Bunny does take the lead in the series. Again, a very aggressive, very committed build out of Bunny, going for the 1-1-1 into Marauder Hellbat push. Again, Solar, he was blind. He was in the dark. He didn't see anything. The Overlord got sniped by the Marine and by the Viking. You could argue that because the Overlord went down, that should have, in a way, triggered Solar to be more safe and more defensive because he didn't know what was happening, but he chose to be greedy, right? He made that decision, made that choice to be greedy instead. And with that, Solar was shut down. He was shut down for his greed, took a chance, took a risk, didn't pay off in the end. And with that, we're now getting into game number 2. And we'll see if Bunny can claim the series here and now. Remember, this is a best of 3. Best of 3 here, not a best of 5. So we're already on match point. Bunny is already on match point. Uno más, one more game is all that he needs to make it through. Well, let's go. Go. Bunny literally goes Hellbats every game. Does he? Are you saying that if he doesn't go Hellbats here, that's crazy? I'm pretty sure Bunny doesn't rely on that too often or too much. Again, I don't expect to see that working here in game 2. Typically, it's unwise to go for the same build multiple times in a row. Now, there are economic variations of Hellbat openers where you can open up Hellbat into a 3rd CC, or you can go 3 CC Hellbat. Like, there are these more economic starts. So we'll see if Bunny does mix things up. We'll see how he does open up coming to Maganatha. Bearing in mind, Maganatha is the largest map in the map pool, longer rush distance by ground, so aggression is typically not favored on a map like Maganatha. But let's go. Let us go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. Down in the series, we'll see if Solar can bounce back. It is Solar. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Falcons. Leading the series 1-0. It is Bunny. Here we go. How about Bunny's signature move against Zerg since Pro League? I don't know if I would generally agree with that. Like, we've seen Bunny embrace a lot of, say, 8-Raxes in recent times. We've seen him play a lot of bio as well. But what I would say for certain here is that, as a reminder, Solar, he got shut down early on by the initial Viking, by the initial Marine. I do think that it is typically a little bit wiser here, and I'm sure that Solar's a lot more on point when it comes to this sort of thing, when it comes to reacting to being denied a scout with some more safe and more defensive play. This is where mind games come into play, right? This is where, hey, Bunny, he could open up 3cc starport, open up Viking first, shut down the first Overlord, make it look like he's denying vision, play standard, play economic, and then Solar over defense, right? And then Solar goes for a tech structure first before Evo Chambers, before Lair, which would set Solar behind. So this is where you can have some mind games, and we'll see how Bunny makes use of that. Right now, Bunny has momentum. Bunny, he has kind of dictated the pace of the series, and here is a good opportunity for him to try to fake something out, try to maybe get in the head of Solar. Get into his head, Spider-Man. Let's go. So we'll see. As I was alluding to, I would not be opposed to opening a Viking first. To like play economically, go Viking first, fake his opponent out. We'll see. We'll see if he can fake him out. As for now, Reaper does move out across the map for the scouts. So far, standard opener out of Solar, hatch gas pool. Everything's looking normal from our Zerg player. I'm sure Solar's going to be a little more adamant when it comes to scouting. As for now, he pokes in. This will be the one and only Overlord on this side of the map. And we'll see if Bunny goes for a starport, or yeah, we have a CC. So he's going for an economic follow-up here. Oh, as the Reaper is deflected. There it is. 3rd CC before starport. So game 1, remember, it was a 1-1-1. Game 2, 3rd CC. So economic start, standard opener out of Bunny. So from here, we're not going for any kind of Hellbat aggression or anything like that. We can still go for the starport into Viking first. So we'll see how hard he commits. Likewise, this can also turn into a mech style as well. I mentioned earlier, the mech has been very trendy in a lot of matchups as of late. To me at least, Bunny he doesn't really come off as a mech kind of player, so I'm leaning away from that, but is always a possibility as we're getting to that starport. As Reaper does pull away. Here, Solar should be getting a lot more comfortable just because there's going to be that much less aggression from Bunny. He still has Hellions for map control, that is true, but for the most part, Solar should be looking good. Can drone, can tech up as well. We'll see if he goes double Evo Chamber. This game, if he does go double Evo Chamber at 430, he would be in a better position. Meanwhile, it is going to be the add-on swap, so Tech Lab on the Rax into add-on swap into Banshee play, so pretty standard stuff. 3cc, Hellion Banshee out of Bunny. As we have our Tech Lab on the way. Here comes the Overlord Scouts, and we get eyes on the Tech Lab on the Rax. Did we see the 3rd CC? Solar, he's still a little bit in the dark as to what's going on. So he fails to confirm if it's going to be a starport or a CC. And Roach first. Ugh. So Solar, he does go for a very safe opener. It's going to be a Roach Warren into the lair. As a reminder, last game he went double Evo Chamber, and I would have preferred that here, but we can see Solar's playing very safe. Playing very safe. This does mean that if he needs Roaches, if it is going to be Hellbats, then he will have Roaches to defend. He'll have Roaches available. So this is going to be better for Bunny, as upgrades are going to be delayed. Now, from here, we can still make use of this tech choice. We could drone up to 3 bases, get a 4th base for Larva, and then go for a Roach all-in. Like, this can turn into an all-in. This can turn into hyper-aggression here. We'll see if we're just going to make a safety amount of Roaches, or if we invest even further. So, our eyes are going to be on Solar. See how he makes use of this tech. Hellions poke in. And Hellions, they will look to force a cancel. Queens are keeping up. So far, so good. Oof. Does force a cancel. Kills the drone as well. Very nice here by Bunny. This will slow him down. This also slows down the creep spread in this side of the map as well. And it means that the 7-minute timing, it means that this +1 stim timing can hit in time to break the 4th base for a second time. Can he break it? Oh, actually already. Yeah, one more volley. Does force another cancel. Ay. A further delay on the 4th base. And this position is going to be that much weaker when the timing comes. Sim is finishing, still waiting for 1-1, of course. But this slows down the production, slows down the creep, slows down the economy. And Solar, he's taking. So he's going for a delayed double Evo Chamber into an Infestation Pit. This tells us that we're working towards upgrades, working towards a hive. We can get safety infestors. Because of the 2 cancels on the 4th base, it might be wise here to actually make some safety infestors, like 1 or 2, as remember, no banelings. There are no banelings here, so splash damage is very limited, and this timing is going to hit quite hard. For now, hive first. Rushing into the hive. With +1 melee being researched, this also tells us that the goal here is eventually ultras. The goal should be for hive tech and ultra tech. Bailey Nest now on the way. Remember, this is a Bailey Nest at almost 7 minutes. This is Bailey Nest after Infestation Pit. What does this mean? No bailing speed. Bailing speed will not be close to finishing for this push. I mean, bailings, period. True. As Bunny is pushing 40 stimming in. It does stim in. 1 bile does connect. Denies the Ravagers. And nice pickle so far. Clearing up all this creep. Tanks are repositioning, and Solar, he has to buy time. He will morph in 3 Roaches, sorry, 3 Ravagers. Ravagers almost done. And tank bodies, they are going up. Tanks are a little bit far back. Oh, going for the tower. Yeah, tanks are exposed. 1 tank is going to go down. Nicely done. The Biles will take care of the other. But Marines are stimming in. The tank does go down. Marines are stimming forward. Banshees do help support, and Bunny, can he break through? It's close. He's so close to breaking through. Sims on top of the Queens, but he's running out of Marines. Yeah, he's running out of bio, barely runs out. Again, if he had knocked down the tower early, if he had saved one of those tanks earlier as well, the Banshee's free damage. He's still doing critical damage. He's still doing so much here. Tank volley's going off. Roaches are trying to engage. Oh no, the Roaches go down. The tank survives. And the tank can just keep going. The Banshees as well. And it looks like Solar has been broken. Yeah, he has been broken. GG gets called. And Bunny, he will take the series 2-0. Advancing on to the winners match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very swift, very precise series here out of Bunny. Game 1 going for the Hellbats. Game 2 going for a very, very strong timing here at around 7 minutes. Bearing in mind, this timing hit even harder because of the 2 cancellations. I was trying to emphasize that, if you recall, but Solar did, he was forced to cancel his 4th base twice due to the Hellion harass and due to the Banshee harass as well. That was brutal. That slows down the economy, the production, the creep, the everything in that location. That's why Bunny was so on top of just pushing from then on forward, trying to break Solar. Also Solar, he was trying to play safe by opening up roaches, winding it back when it came to the first engagement. It was so crucial that Bunny, he cancelled the Ravagers. If you recall, we did mention it briefly as it was happening, but when the first fight occurred, Ravagers were morphing in and they were cancelled, and as a result, Solar, he had to back off, he had to rebuild the Ravagers. He got them eventually, but because they were delayed, because they were cancelled, because they had to be rebuilt, it meant the tanks were doing even more damage in the back line ahead of time as well. There's a lot that came into play. But really solid performance there by Bunny. Bunny, he will claim the series. And with that, we're going to be going on a short break. As you can see, the players, they're heading off for the time being. Remember, it's a group stage, of course. And up next, we have our next set of players. We have Clem versus Rogue. So we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have our next series to determine who plays against Bunny and who plays against Solar in this GSL group. See you soon. See you soon after the break.